So today we're talking about redox signaling molecules. We're going to find out just what those are and why we should care. We'll discuss it with an atomic physicist who's been doing the research into metabolism, mitochondria, and probably several other things that begin with M in the medical profession. He's the one that's developed this method to create these molecules, if I'm understanding this. Has developed a line of products, including a skincare product, which is very revolutionary. We'll be talking about that. It's actually good medicine. Dr. G Samuelson is a researcher, an author, and one of the scientific minds behind the ASEA product line that use this technology. He was awarded his PhD in atomic medical physics from the University of Utah, and he's been working on stabilizing nanoparticle structures integral to several promising technologies. He serves as the chair of the ASEA Science Advisory Council. Welcome, Dr. G Samuelson. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I'm fascinated we haven't heard more about it from other research labs and other places.
You will.
Okay. Well, epigenetics is becoming the quite a buzzword in a lot of the more progressive thinkers around.
Let me mention this. You're familiar with James Watson and Crick and the work they did on the DNA structure?
No.
Okay. Well, James Watson was the guy who discovered the helical structure of DNA.
Okay.
Back in the time, I don't remember how many years ago, but he's a internationally respected and renowned scientist. He now has dedicated his life to redox signaling and understanding reactive oxygen species inside cells. He is now asking for billions of dollars of research in this subject. He says that redox signaling and the technology that will come forth from it is more important than his discovery of DNA.
Wow.
And so he's excited about it.
I'd say.
And he's not the only one.
I'd say.
There will be many people who understand this technology who get very, very excited about the possibilities that it presents.
Well, this is really fascinating. And before, when we were talking earlier today on the phone, you said something to me that I found so intriguing. I wanted to bring it up here on the podcast. And it's kind of what we're talking about. There's all this amazing research that's happening out there. And it doesn't always seem like it's getting the knowledge isn't getting to the frontline people who could actually use it. Who's doing most of the best research today? I mean, not in areas, not specific names.
It's really a loaded question there. I've heard it in my career, since I'm involved in medical research and have been around the world. I've worked at Harvard Medical School and seen some of the projects that they've worked on. And I've seen other areas. There are wonderful things happening all over the world. We have over 5,000, for example, articles written in peer-reviewed journals about technologies that could rid us of cancer, AIDS, malaria, most of the things that plague the earth today. And we cannot commercialize these technologies for various reasons. They're too expensive. They can't be patented. You can't make profit on them. There are several reasons why these technologies, which do exist and are viable, cannot make it out there. So all of good scientists are doing excellent and extraordinary work in the field of medicine. But the problem is actually a political or economic problem, that it doesn't allow us to get these solutions to the people who need them.
Well, if I can feed back to you, what I kind of heard is that unless there's a good way to make money from a process or a product, it's often, even if it's more effective, it's often not pursued in lieu of other processes or products which are more
Yeah.
profitable, basically.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't patent a carrot.
Well, and that's part of the problem. You can't patent broccoli,
And
and broccoli's
if you're going to spend 800 million to 1.2 billion dollars in research, you've got to have some way to pay for that research. Only the large pharmaceuticals really have those sort of resources. Institutions, governments even bend under the weight of the type of investment that's necessary, and it's very risky.
yeah.
And so, why would you study vitamin E or something that's easily accessible at your corner market um, when you can't make a profit on it? You can't patent it or secure the technology.
Sure.
I think the health and wellness field, to tell you the truth, is one of the solutions, because yes, they can make a profit on selling wellness in this situation.
Right. Right. Well, that's what that's what our whole mission here is with our Journal of Lifestyle Medicine, is to find ways that work for the people consuming it, but also manage to allow the professionals to earn a decent living and an honest living. So good points all around. Well, I want to thank you, Dr. Gary Samuelson. This has been a fascinating conversation, and I got to say, I'd love to have you back on where we can just talk quantum physics and epigenetics. I think that would be loads of fun. Okay. So that will do it for today's conversation on the podcast. Join us again next week for the Journal of Lifestyle Medicine podcast. You can find us on Facebook, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, and of course on the Journal of LifestyleMedicine.com. Look for our Integrated Medicine Professionals group on meetup.com. And until next week, Yuns, be careful out there.